What's good, y'all? No Mercy, Trap New York shit, NoMercyTV.com. R.I.P. Kobe Bryant, man. Definitely one of the greatest athletes of, this generation. Man, I'm from the Jordan era, but right after, man, you got to get after him, man. You got to get after him. Like, the whole 81 in the game, and, come on, man. Like, sheesh. What I can say is that, once I got to a certain point, I stopped really being, a big sports head. I was raised in the house, you always got uncles and stuff like that that's, heavy into sports. Rest in peace, my uncle. He was a huge sports fan. Like, one of my uncles is one of those, like, his favorite teams are all New York teams. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's one of my uncles that's still here. But my uncle that lived with me, he was, they would always go back and forth because my uncle that actually raised me, he was always with different teams and stuff like that. Like he was a Broncos fan. Like he was a Portland fan. You understand? Like him and my uncle used to get into it all the time because my other uncle is just like straight. He not jacking nothing that's not New York. You understand me? But I got to a point where, I just had so much going on that I couldn't keep up with sports like, how I once did. And I just started watching just the championships and playoffs, etc. And one of the distinct things I remembered about Kobe was that year that they got swept in that first round. I forgot who they got swept by. But I just remember the post-game conference after that last game, and Kobe's face was just like so serious, and he was like so angry. Like you could tell he didn't even want to talk. And the few times he did talk, you could tell like, yo, he ready to punch something. You understand what I'm saying? So, just always remembering like that would be a memory that that would be something that, whenever me and the homies link up, that'd be something that we talked about. And it's just one of those things I vividly remember because I was so locked in on the playoffs at that particular time, and I thought the Lakers was gonna take it. But then that happens, and it's just like, wait a minute, what just happened? Literally got swept, like, you know what I mean? So, but it's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate. The only thing I hate about stuff like this is the stupid shit on social media. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Y'all got to do better with the social media shit, man. Because it's like the minute somebody dies, the conspiracy theories, as if life don't happen, as if people don't die regularly, as if helicopters don't crash. Like, this happens. These are things that like really happen in real life. Like, I'm sorry that a lot of y'all don't get a chance to go outside and actually breathe real oxygen and, actually experience life. You know what I mean? Like, you just sitting in your house in the confines of your home, not doing anything of relevance, and, you're sitting up here trying to solve people's deaths and stuff like that. Some of y'all niggas don't even know if y'all are going to eat tomorrow. Like, you don't have that part of your life figured out. But yet still, you're on social media thinking that you solved a celebrity's, like, death. Like, what are you doing? Like, some of y'all are just... Y'all are, man. That's why when I see stuff like that on my social media, like, people who think with those type of mindsets, I just mute them, block them, delete them, whatever. I get them off my timeline. I don't want no idiocy on my timeline, man. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm just not with it, man. You know what I mean? Like, RIP to him, his daughter. You know what that's like to, like, come on, man. And the rest of the family that has to to grieve and has to carry on. They just lost a father that was in their family. They just lost a daughter that was in their family, that was part of a basketball team that was pretty much going to follow or try to follow in the footsteps of her father. You understand? Like, that's just, like, so crazy. Like, reading a story about how people will walk up to them and say, oh, Kobe, you need to have a boy. And she'd be like, nah, I got this. Like, I'm going to carry on my father's legacy. Like, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. That shit's sad. Me and my wife were sitting at the table eating dinner when we first got the news. I just happened to go on my phone and start seeing the Kobe stuff. And I'm like, well, what is this? What's going on? Like, and of course, TMZ is the first outlet to report it. And you can't take TMZ word all the time, man. And like, when things first happen, I do not, like, when things first happen, if TMZ breaks the story, no. I'll wait for other people to confirm it, because TMZ has killed off plenty of people before. They the ones that reported when Wayne and Ross, quote unquote, died, when they had seizures and, stuff like that. TMZ reported that they were dead. You understand me? And there's been numerous other people that they've reported that stuff on too. So it's like, I don't take their word when stuff first happens. You understand? But it was real. Also in the helicopter, of course, the pilot, one of the girl's friends, who I guess was a teammate on her basketball team, and also that teammate's parents. Like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Unfortunately, it's like stuff like this is, you wish, like, you could go back in time and tell him, yo, don't take that helicopter today, man. Don't take that helicopter today. Take the car, man. Drive. You understand? Like, it's just one of those things. And, when I first seen it, it was just like, it was unreal, man. I'm still having a hard time processing it. You understand? Like within the first month of 2020, like, that's Kobe. Like, that's Mamba. Like, right at the beginning of the year? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. That shit crazy. That shit crazy, man. It's a lot going on as far as people being worried about the wrong thing. You got the sheriff that's, up there bashing TMZ. I guess because they're mad on some, like, TMZ broke the story. They didn't notify the family or anything like that. TMZ is a news outlet. That's not their job. Like, even though it would be nice that they do that, but they're a business. They're focused on money. So when things happen, especially things that are newsworthy and are going to gather clicks, they're trying to report the story first before anybody else does. You understand? If TMZ would have waited to break the story or whatever, guess what? Somebody else would have broke the story. You understand? So it's like, it's not like they're doing anything different than what anybody else would do. You understand? Like, you had people when Triple X died, you had people uploading videos of him in his car dead. Y'all think his family was notified beforehand? Or, and I think this video was taken before the cops even got there. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, y'all can't be mad for media doing media things. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's just, that's just part of life. Like, media has a job to do, and their job is to continue to put money on the table. When you have staff and offices and, aside from that, you have bills that got to get paid and stuff like that. Morals are unfortunately out the window. You understand? Like, it's business. Like, plenty of outlets do this on a daily basis. Like, there's a lot of news that gets reported on a daily basis before families and stuff like that. Like, We're in the social media era. We're in the era where we're watching stuff happen. Like, we're watching shit as it happens. You understand? Like, this isn't the 90s where if something else happens in the U.S., you'll have to wait to read about it in, like, a small column. Like, if something was to happen in Texas, you'll read about it in the daily news in, like, a small section. You understand? Like, if something was to happen in China, you probably won't hear about it for another 2 or 3 weeks. Now with social media, as it's happening, you're watching it. You understand? Like, when they say, oh, such and such, this area caught fire, you're literally watching it on fire. People are going live, recording it, and you're watching the shit burn right after the burn started. This is the time we're in 2020. You understand? So, yeah, would it have been nice for TMZ to break the story to his family first? Yeah, but at the end of the day, they're a media outlet. They don't have personal ties to these people. So it's never going to come across to them to, quote unquote, do the right thing. Like, it's just what it is. Like, you can't, that's not something that I feel like needs to be something to argue about right now. It's just not. You understand? Like, that's not even worth, like, any type of, like, come on, man. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if you a sheriff, then you need to focus on doing what you need to do as far as investigating why this happened. You understand? And that's just it. You know, I done seen people saying that they killed him because LeBron just passed him, as far as, like, come on, man. Really? Like, where do y'all get some of this stuff? Like, y'all just be freestyling, just making up stuff as y'all go. Like, yo, it's a helicopter. It's a man-made aircraft. Guess what? Helicopters have limitations just like everything else. Entire planes go missing. Entire planes crash, come falling out the sky. What makes y'all think that it's impossible for it to happen with a helicopter? A much smaller vehicle. You know what I mean? Like, social media is just, y'all just been wilding today. You understand what I'm saying? But, you know, listen, I don't feel like it's no conspiracy or nothing. Like, this ain't one of them situations, man. You know what I mean? And half the things y'all be talking about as conspiracy theories don't be conspiracies. You know what I mean? Like, some things just happen. You know, now if you want to say there's, you know, a lot of shifting the blame as to why stuff happens, then yeah, it's a lot of that goes on, because when somebody like that passes, nobody wants to be burdened with a death like that for the rest of their lives. Like, you're literally going to be looked at as the person who killed said celebrity. Nobody wants to carry that. Nobody wants to wear that. Like, that's a burden you're going to have to carry mentally forever. And nobody wants to wear that. So, you know, in a lot of situations, I understand, like, you know, how blame could get shifted and, you know, people trying to figure out who did what and things of that nature. But, you know, as far as, like, niggas always trying to make it seem like the government just killing people, like, come on, man. Feel me? Like, it shit don't be that serious. You know, but, you know, condolences to all the friends and family and supporters. You know, I know it's a lot of people grieving right now. It's a lot of people that, you know, I know the Grammys was tonight. You know, you just seen all the sad faces and everything in the audience. You know, shout out to everybody that, you know, like, when stuff like that happens and you have something like the Grammys going on, you know how fast you have to work to get, like, tributes and things like that done. Like, that's not easy. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, salute to everybody who, you know, helps out with things and stuff like that. But, man, it's a tragic accident. But let's look at it for what it is, a tragic accident. You know, let's not make it about somebody tried to kill him or this conspiracy, that conspiracy. Like, no. You know, it was just an unfortunate accident that happened. You know what I mean? And, you know, hopefully everybody could pull through this. Like, this is something that I'm still trying to, you know, process myself. Like, this is just, like, crazy. You understand what I'm saying? So, That's just my thoughts on that. Leave y'all condolences and RIPs and everything in the comments. No Mercy, Trap New York shit, NoMercyTV.com. I'll holler at y'all soon, man. I'm out of here.